Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Mrs. W, your host, and I come to you this evening to speak a little more on foundation and as far as grief acceptance from my healing perspective. So, this morning I spoke to you about my mother being a foundation for our family. Well, to give a little more insight on a year ago and how things transpired to why I'm sitting here talking to you all today, um, simultaneously finding out that my mother had stage 4 cancer, I am a newlywed. Well, I was. I was married March 20th, 2021. In November, my husband's, my nephew, I'll just call him my guy, was at work and had an asthma attack and fainted and was on life support for 3 weeks. So while I am, and we are, because he loved my mother just as much as me, are dealing with my mother, we get a phone call that our nephew is in the hospital. So on November 13th, they removed the plugs. We're talking about a 26-year-old gentleman with the heart of gold. I told everyone he was the nicest man I ever met besides my husband. And he didn't have any children, and he was my husband's best man and best friend. So we are talking about two people that are freshly in a union, just made a commitment to God to be there for each other. Now we're both going through something that's so dramatic and traumatizing that we both um, made sure that we stayed grounded as far as being there for one another. When I say foundation is a very important factor in life, it is. If we had not had the foundation that we did, we wouldn't be together today. This month is a month of grief for us, but I'm going to do my best to make it be a month of grief and accepting it while being happy. I also would like to let you know that from my healing perspective, I have a lot of people who have different healing perspectives, and some people haven't even reached that journey of accepting the grief to be happy, to start healing. God brought someone into my life as a co-worker, but it was much more than that. It's a young woman whose mother passed away in 2020. And this month also marks something that is very traumatizing to her. And her name is Mrs. S. And I will let you all speak to her, and I want her to give you insight on her journey and where she's at when it comes to accepting grief and being happy. So that's something that we will get into more tomorrow. I just wanted to come back on and give more insight of the grief that I encountered and the reason why I feel as though it has to be grief acceptance and it's a way to be happy while also grieving. Thank you all for taking the time out to listen. I thank God for giving me the strength to speak to you all. Once again, it's all coming from a healing perspective. You all have a blessed and beautiful evening. Until next time.